Okay, ready to dive deep. Today, it's Papua New Guinea. We've got this progress report from the Tala District Development Authority.
Interesting. They're pretty new, right?
Yeah, brand new district, but big ambitions, that's for sure. This report lays out, like, everything they've done in the past 2 years.
It's quite something, seeing a district basically built from scratch, you know? All the essential services, growing the economy, all happening so fast.
No kidding, they're not messing around.
Yep.
This report's got, well, everything. Project details, budgets, even photos to show off what they've done. But it's more than just bragging, right? It feels like they want to show how committed they are to the people.
Yeah, I see that. And the photos, those are a nice touch. Really brings it home, you know? Like we see the kids in the new classrooms, not just words on a page.
Exactly. Makes it real.
hmm
So before we get into the details, Tala District, it's one of the newest districts in Papua New Guinea.
That's right, just formed in 2022. Part of West New Britain province covers a pretty big chunk of land, including Bali V2 Island.
Okay, so we've got diverse geography, decent population, tons of potential. What's driving their vision?
Their 5-year development plan, it says it all, really, to provide the highest quality of services that are easily accessible to the communities. Powerful stuff. Puts the focus right where it should be on the people.
And they're walking the walk, too.
Yeah,
Second out of 118 districts in those performance rankings. That's got to feel good.
definitely shows how dedicated they are. And efficient, too. Especially for being so new. Like, think about this. They connected electricity from Kimby Town to Bulawayo for the very first time.
Wow, that's huge. Bringing a community into, well, the modern world. Electricity changes everything, not just for homes, but like for places like the Bidokara Health Center.
Exactly. It's the foundation for everything else they want to build. And they're thinking big picture, that's clear. 7 strategic priority areas. They've got everything in there: infrastructure, utilities, education, healthcare, even law and justice.
Sounds like they want a well-rounded community. Sustainable, too, not just quick fixes in a few areas.
Exactly. It's not just roads and bridges. They're putting the people first, building the institutions and systems that'll last. It's like one improvement leads to another, and it all builds on itself.
Okay, love the big picture. But let's zoom in on some specific projects. Education, for one, lots of new classrooms, upgrades, too. Seems like education is a key part of their plan.
Absolutely. And it's both primary and secondary. Valupai Catholic Secondary School, Kimby Junior High School, they want a whole system, not just bits and pieces. And they're even thinking about teacher housing, which is crucial. You got to attract good teachers, right?
Makes sense. The best facilities don't matter without good teachers. So laying the groundwork for a strong education system.
That's it. And look at the infrastructure projects. It's all about connections. Major road upgrades, even sealing those key routes like Kimby Highway Junction to Marokia and Garu Road. That opens up so much.
And that new bridge over the Bulawayo River, can't forget that. That's more than just a bridge, it's a symbol. It's about connecting people to, well, to opportunity.
Think about it. Farmers getting their crops to market, families getting to healthcare in Kimby Town. Better roads mean easier access, faster travel, better life overall.
Speaking of quality of life, they're really focused on healthcare too. Even renovating those smaller aid posts, places like Valupai, Garu, Patanga, that shows they care about the more remote areas.
Healthcare shouldn't just be for people in cities, right? Everyone deserves access to the basics.
And it doesn't stop there. New police barracks at the Tala police station, they're boosting law and justice services too. Safety and stability, that's got to be part of the plan.
Absolutely, a safe environment attracts investment, gets the economy moving, people feel secure. They're creating the conditions for everything to flourish.
And the basics, can't forget those. Water and sanitation. They put in new water supply systems, even one for Vlupite Catholic Secondary School. Clean water, proper sanitation, that's fundamental.
It's about the foundations of a healthy community, right?
Yeah.
When people have those things, less disease, everyone's healthier, more productive. It all connects.
And they're not ignoring economic development either.
Yeah.
I mean, investing in those local markets and resource centers, that's a good way to boost local trade, right? Give people opportunities right in their communities.
Exactly. Empowering people to be a part of the economy, not just, waiting for handouts. And that cocoa seedling program, that's interesting.
Yeah, it is. But is cocoa enough? They're pretty remote.
Yeah.
Not a ton of existing economic activity. Could they be missing other opportunities? To diversify, I mean,
That's a fair point. The report mentions that besides oil palm, the district's economic activity is limited to cocoa, copra, fresh produce, fisheries, and forestry. So cocoa could be big. But yeah, spreading things out would protect them if cocoa prices tanked or something else happened.
what about tourism? They mention it's a priority. but not many projects yet.
True, Papua New Guinea's got amazing natural beauty and a rich culture. Could be a big draw for tourists, especially ecotourism, cultural stuff. But they need a good plan. Invest in infrastructure, get the word out, let people know what they've got.
So, solid foundation. But to keep growing, they'll need more investment.
Right. From the national government, private sector. That second place ranking helps. But they can't just coast now.
Nope, got to keep the momentum going.
Yeah.
Build on what they've done, be transparent, accountable, and really sell their vision to investors. They've shown they can deliver. Now they got to show their potential.
Speaking of delivering, that electricity project, Kimby Town to Bulawayo, that's a perfect example of how infrastructure can really make a difference. It's not just about lights. It's about bringing a community, well, into the future.
Exactly. One thing leads to another. Reliable electricity means better quality of life, and it powers essential services like the Bidokara Health Center so they can provide better care. It's a win-win.
And they've done all this in just 3 years. Makes you wonder what the next 3 will bring. That focus on education, all those new classrooms, that shows they're serious about the next generation. Those investments in schools, like Valupai Catholic Secondary School, Kimby Junior High School, it's not just buildings. It's about giving young people the chance to learn, get the skills they need. The world's changing fast. They got to keep up.
And by investing in teacher housing, like at Valupai Catholic Primary School, they're showing they get it. You got to attract good teachers. Keep them around. Create a good environment so they can focus on teaching, inspiring those kids.
It's thinking about the whole picture. The buildings, yes, but also the people, the teachers who make it all work. And healthcare, too. Renovating aid posts in those remote villages, making sure the Bidokara Health Center has power. They want everyone to have access to healthcare, no matter where they live.
Even those small renovations to aid posts in places like Valupai, Garu, Patanga, that makes a big difference for those communities. Healthcare close to home, easy to get to, affordable.
It's about understanding that healthcare isn't one size fits all. Different communities, different needs. You got to tailor the services. That's how you get results. And law and justice, too. Those new police barracks at Tela Police Station, that's important. A safe environment is essential for development.
It brings stability. People can focus on their lives, their businesses, no fear. It also shows investors that the district is serious about security, creates a predictable environment.
And their transportation projects. They're impressive, too. The MV Tala district.
Yeah.
That's a game changer for Baliwitu LG. Better connections, easier access to services, and those dinghies with outboard motors for those villages, it shows they understand what people in remote areas really need.
It's the little things, the attention to detail. It shows they're not just sitting in an office making decisions from afar. They're out there listening to the communities, seeing the challenges firsthand. That makes a difference.
And they're transparent about it all, too. That detailed financial breakdown, DSIP and PIP funding, all the budget stuff, the spending, it shows accountability. You don't always see that. It builds trust with the community, with investors.
It's great to see all that detail. We can track their progress, see what's working, what isn't, understand how they're using the money. It shows they're serious about keeping their promises.
And they're thinking ahead, too. Look at those PIP projects they've nominated. TVET institutions, Kimby secondary school upgrades, more road sealing, the COCO program. It's all about long-term sustainable growth.
They're not just putting out fires, they're building for the future. And those infrastructure improvements for Kimby Town, water, drainage, government buildings, making it a better place to live. And those new jetties for Bali Island, better connections for everyone.
It's a comprehensive plan, taking care of everyone, urban, rural. They're creating a more equitable district, a sustainable one, where everyone benefits.
But let's be real, there are challenges. Managing resources for a brand new district, that's tough. They're starting from scratch, building everything, and trying to hit those ambitious targets at the same time. Plus, attracting skilled people to a remote location. That's not easy.
They're upfront about the challenges, though. You see it in the report. It's honest. They're not sugarcoating it. They're saying they need help. Continued support from the national government. Funding expertise. They're making the case for why investing in Tala District is a good idea.
And it's a strong case, based on their track record, their transparency, their focus on the people. It's a testament to what good leadership can do. Strategic planning, commitment to the community.
It's inspiring, really. Even in a remote part of the world, positive change is possible. They've proven that with the right ingredients. Even the biggest goals can be achieved.
You know what else struck me about this report? It's how much they talk about community ownership. It's not just like the district telling people what to do. It's about the people having a say in their own future.
Yeah, that's important for making things last, right? Sustainable development, they call it. It can't be outsiders imposing stuff. It's got to come from within.
And Tala District, they're not just talking, they're doing it. Look at the investments in those local markets, resource centers. That's putting money where it matters, right, in the communities.
Exactly. People become entrepreneurs, they support themselves, their families. It builds pride, knowing you're part of something bigger.
And they're not afraid to talk about the tough stuff either. Like, they need more resources. They're straight up asking the national government for help. Takes guts to do that.
Honesty goes a long way. They're celebrating what they've done, but they're also saying, hey, we need a hand. It's an invitation to partner up, really.
Smart move. They're showing they're responsible, not overpromising. They're being upfront about the challenges, inviting collaboration.
And their plans for the future, those show balance, too. Investing in TVET institutions, that's smart. Gives young people the skills they'll need down the road.
Yeah, bridges that gap between school and jobs. Creates a workforce that can, drive the district forward. And it's not just for young folks, right?
Nope, anyone can benefit. Lifelong learning, that's the idea. Investing in people is just as important as buildings and roads. And look at how they're sticking with cocoa, that rehabilitation and expansion program. They're building on what works.
Makes sense. Got to play to your strengths, right? They're not just guessing. They're learning from what they've done, getting better all the time.
And they haven't forgotten about Town either, the urban center. Those infrastructure improvements, water, drainage, government buildings, those matter.
Kimby's important for the whole district. It's the heart of things. Making it function better, that helps everyone.
And then there's Bali Island, those new jetties.
Yeah.
It's all about connections, making sure no one gets left behind.
Creates a sense of unity, right? Everyone working together, everyone benefits. So we've covered a lot about this progress report. What's the main thing our listeners should take away? Why should they care about what's happening way over in Papua New Guinea?
Because it's a story of hope. It shows that even when things are tough, positive change is possible. Tala District, they're proving that.
Vision, dedication, commitment to the people. They've got all that. It challenges how we think about development, right? It's not just money. It's about empowering communities, making things sustainable.
It's a journey, not a sprint. There'll be bumps along the way, but they've shown what can be done with teamwork and persistence.
It's inspiring, no matter where you are in the world. Shows the power of human potential. Even small things can make a big difference.
So think about it. What can you do in your own life, your community, to make things better? Tala District shows us what's possible. Now it's our turn.
Great point. Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the Tala District Development Authority's progress report. Until next time, keep learning, keep exploring, and never stop believing in what's possible.